As the sun sets over mid-Michigan, the sports spirit ignites. Volleyballs soar, echoing the determination of champions. The gridiron roars to life as student-athletes clash in a dance of skill, strength, and strategy. Basketball courts pulse with energy, each dribble a heartbeat of the game. As winter turns to spring, the diamonds will glisten under the sun, a stage for baseball and softball glory and triumph. Fans unite in a symphony of support for their beloved teams. Amid cheers and tears, memories are etched into the tapestry of time. Join us as we journey through the magic that is high school sports. It's time for high school volleyball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to Mount Pleasant High School for, more high school volleyball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as the Mount Pleasant Oilers host the Midland Dow Chargers. And I had it goofed up a couple times this week. Thought it was Dow, thought it was high, thought it was Dow, thought it was high, but there were some changes to the MHSAA schedule. But the point is, we're here tonight. Mount Pleasant, Midland Dow, do you really need to say anything more than that? Oiler girls come in at 2-6, Oiler girls, come in at 2-6. They just beat Saginaw United on Tuesday and kind of routed them 25-3, 25-4, and 25-7. Midland Dow comes into this game at 4-4-1. You asked me to pick a favorite. Well, kind of hard because I feel like both of these teams, all of these teams, it's weird with volleyball as I start to learn things. You get some games underneath your belt, and then sometimes you got to wait a while, and that's the case for the Mount Pleasant Oilers. They had that drubbing of Saginaw United on Tuesday. Before that, you've got to go all the way back to August 27th, the last time they had a game/tournament. Midland Dow, they've got a better record, and also they've played more lately. They had a tournament on the 7th, and they lost to Saginaw Heritage on Tuesday. But Mount Pleasant girls maybe gained a whole lot of confidence as they were able to rout Saginaw United. But I think Heritage, the tougher opponent, and you think about these two teams just really starting to get into the Saginaw Valley League schedule, would maybe call Midland Dow just a slight favorite here in this one. Starters for your Mount Pleasant Oilers. Starting defensive specialist will be Finley Helm. At the libero will be Carmen Loya. Offensive hitter will be Morgan Borodachuk. Setter is going to be Jordan Egger. First serve will be Jaden Preston. And the middle blocker is going to be Kylie Hutchins, as your boy continues to learn some terms, continues to learn some of this stuff about high school volleyball. So we get set to kind of release that full schedule for everything with football and volleyball. Still waiting to hear from a couple ADs next Monday. I do kind of got the breakdown of all of our local volleyball teams' records. We're going to take a look at that when we come back. We're going to take a break here on our GI Tech pregame show. It is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network high school volleyball action. Midland Dow, Mount Pleasant, coming right up. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and our GI Tech pregame show. Warm-ups going on right now with the Mount Pleasant Oiler girls, the Midland Dow girls. We are set for Saginaw Valley League volleyball action. So excited. I know second game I will be joined by Julie Maxon, longtime volleyball coach here at Mount Pleasant. She will be able to drop some knowledge on me and everybody out there. It should be a whole lot of fun. And volleyball still trying to figure everything out, in particular with our sponsors, with the commercials. And so if you hear me give a bunch of love to some of our sponsors here tonight, that's because, you just got game 1 through 5. Not exactly sure how many commercial breaks I'll have. And so we're coming to you from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. We will not have a Gates Drilling and Service halftime show tonight, so that's one of those things. We'll continue to give them love all game long. We'll have that Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Also, shout out to our friends at J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, GNS Mechanical, and some of my newer sponsors, Bogwai Banga and Bradley, Isabella Bank, Bryant Family Farms, All Seasons Fireworks, Hanging by a Thread, and we'll continue to give the rest of the folks some love as the night goes on. Volleyball action coming right up. 5 possible games here, best of 5 between Midland Dow and Mount Pleasant. Dow's already had a game against Bay City Western. I feel like Mount Pleasant's really opening up Saginaw Valley League play today. And these teams, they do have one common opponent. It was Freeland earlier this year, and Freeland did best both of them. But it was tournament-style action, and so a little bit different. You don't necessarily get that 5-game set where you can kind of really get warmed up and get those girls going. It is just about time for high school volleyball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another quick break here to hear from our friends at ENS Graphics and my main man, Joe Barberry at Barberry Law Firm. You are listening to the GI Tech pregame show. It is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and high school volleyball action. Midland Dow, Mount Pleasant coming right up as we bring you our second volleyball game of the year. Your boy really starting to get some sports underneath his belt. And tomorrow, it's more Mount Pleasant Midland Dow action, football style, as I make that trek over to Midland so you don't have to. You can just tune in on your couch. Be back with more GI Tech pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barberry Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical. Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. We're just about set here for the national anthem as we get some varsity volleyball action back on the airwaves. Seems like a long, long time ago. What was that? You got to go all the way back to maybe, late August 22nd, I want to maybe say, was our first broadcast as we brought you the try with Sacred Heart Academy, Beale City, and Clare. But now we're ready for some Division I, some big-time volleyball here. The Midland Dow Chargers and the Mount Pleasant Oilers. Again, Mount Pleasant comes in this game at 2-6, Dow at 4-4-1, and as promised, other records for volleyball in the area. Sacred Heart, Beale City, Shepherd, all off to really good starts. Sacred Heart Academy's 9-2, Beale is 9-2, Shepherd is 7-3-1. Clare, Ithaca, and the Oilers getting off to a little bit slower start. Clare 3-6, Ithaca 2-7-1. The Oilers, as mentioned, 2-6 on the season. And things just kind of lining up here for the national anthem as we get ready to go with some varsity volleyball action. The Midland Dow Chargers and the Mount Pleasant Oilers girls. As mentioned, Finley Helm, Carmen Loya, Morgan Barochuk, Jordan Egger, Jaden Preston, and Kylie Hutchins will be our starters here tonight. It's about time for that national anthem. I don't really got an angle to put the flag on the camera, so you'll just take a look at the girls lined up out there, and we'll be back with the first serve right after this. This is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Thanks so much for tuning in to the GI Tech pregame show. If we come back in the middle of the national anthem, we'll just kind of pump up the volume for everybody. First serve coming right up. Midland Dow, Mount Pleasant on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top-quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
All right, we are set to go. High school volleyball action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Take it easy on this, Cat, as it is just our second high school volleyball broadcast. Again, great to do that try with Sacred Heart Academy, Clare, and Beale City. But, boy, I didn't know what this Cat was getting into. Again, she'll be joined in the second game by Miss Julie Maxson, longtime coach here at Mount Pleasant, and now I think just enjoying life. But it is Mount Pleasant. Midland Dow. Do I really need to say much more than that when you think about the rivalry with these two teams? It doesn't really matter the support. You know this game is going to have some conference ramifications when it comes to the top of that Saginaw Valley League that continues to just grow and grow and grow. Except when you look at volleyball, when you look at basketball, football separated into the kind of north and south, you could say. But when it comes to those other sports, holy moly, there is just an awful lot of them. And one real cool thing that happened before the game, Miss Jordan Egger, I kind of know her a whole lot from the basketball court. She got a little, she got an assist, I'll say, for getting 1,100 career assists she apparently has out here on the volleyball court, which is, holy cow, just impressive. When I think about numbers from the past, I can remember Maddie Munley from Sacred Heart Academy going over 1,000 kills. And I know, it's like scoring 1,000 points and 1,100 assists, though. Is that like getting 1,000 assists or 1,100 assists? That's pretty darn cool and pretty special. And right now, the Mount Pleasant girls being introduced and kind of throwing some stuff up into the stands to the fans that are here supporting them on this Thursday night. And we got back-to-back nights of Mount Pleasant Oilers sports tomorrow night. It will be Midland Dow, Mount Pleasant, and high school football action over at Midland Dow. I'll be there. And Midland Dow is 0-2. Mount Pleasant is 1-1. And my stat of the day, talking with Coach McIntyre in a Let's Talk Football podcast that will be released tomorrow morning just in time for game day. And so you want to get ready for that game tomorrow, make sure you check out my podcast, Coach McIntyre, that will be released tomorrow morning for everybody to get ready for that rivalry game, Mount Pleasant versus Midland Dow. But my stat of the day for Coach McIntyre, the last time Midland Dow was 0-3 in football, you have to go way, way back when this young man was only 5 years old. 1990 was the last time that Dow was 0-3 in high school football. Before that, you go back to 1981. And so they're going to have a whole lot riding on this game with Mount Pleasant on Friday night. And obviously with the conference that they play in, the schedule that they have, both think they'd still be alive for the playoffs if Dow went out of that game 0-3. say Mount Pleasant went out of that game 1-2, or they both went out at 1-2. I think they both have decent chances of getting in high school playoff action for football. But for volleyball, everybody gets in, and that makes this one a little bit more important as well, because these two teams could see each other from down the road. And we're on the court here, back in the corner. Kind of the best vantage point we could get, because still trying to figure out everything with the plugs and all that stuff with high school volleyball. A big shout out to Coach McIntyre for getting me set up here into the corner. But we are ready to go. Again, your starters for Mount Pleasant: Finley Helm, Carmen Loya, Morgan Barodachuk, Jordan Egger, Jaden Preston, and Kylie Hutchins. For Midland Dow, I know the libero is Riley Sunderland, but also starting is going to be Ivana Reinecke, Ella Tazalar. Yeah, I'm looking out here, picking all this up right now. Avery Lygib. And actually, the libero was not Riley Sunderland. It is going to be Kaylin Cold, the sophomore. I feel like that's a pretty big deal to have a sophomore libero out there. Riley Sunderland is in that starting lineup along with Megan Benchley. So here we go. First serve from the Mount Pleasant Oilers. It's going to go right off the hands of the would-be passer, and it's going to be an ace for Jaden Preston. And so that is what you want to start the game if you're the Mount Pleasant Oilers. A quick ace from that side from Jaden Preston. The next one across, and again, another really good serve from Preston. Dow's got to do everything they can to just keep it alive and send it over the net. Nice setup here from the Oilers. A nice block at the net from Dow. Another opportunity for the Oilers to set up the hit. It's dug out by Sunderland from Dow. And that kill is going to be a little too long, going out of bounds, and so the point will go to Mount Pleasant. They lead it 2-0 here early. Got a really good action out there. Sunderland from Midland Dow. Nice job digging that one out. Stand on the serve is Preston. 2 points in a row. And another really good serve in a great spot. And it's going to be another ace for Jaden Preston. And as I learn so many things about high school volleyball, how important is it to have that top server, a number of girls who can really serve well. And we're seeing it here in the early going for Mount Pleasant. Yeah, don't got the best view of the server there. There's another ace. And so 4 points from Jaden Preston, 3 of them coming via the ace. 4-0 Mount Pleasant. Again, best of 5 here between these two squads. Across the net it goes, and again, another ace as it's a tough pass trying to be made by Kaylin Cold. We've got a quick timeout here already as it's 4-0, or 5-0, pardon me, Mount Pleasant over Dow, and 4 aces from Jaden Preston. Keep the broadcast right here again. Might not get all the commercials in for all those great sponsors out there that are making it possible for me to be here tonight, but I will continue to give them as much love as I can, like Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Block Electric, The Diner, Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff from Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Isabella Bank, and where I'm at, Mount Pleasant Public Schools, big sponsor of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They'd like to welcome everybody back to school, and they are hiring bus drivers, parapros. They need subs. Go to Mount Pleasant Schools with an S.net to get started. And if you do want to be a bus driver, they have paid training available as well. Get MT Pleasant Schools with an S.net. Nice set this time, and it's going to be a hard spike. Nice job setting it in the back or the pass. It's going to be the first point for Midland Dow, finally getting rid of Jaden Preston, who had the killer start with the serve for the Oilers. Back to serve. The first server will be Ella Dawson for the Chargers. 5-1 the score here, and our first set of possibly 5. Nice little setter dump right there from the Oilers. That was Abby Webster with the beautiful play on the front line. As I'm trying to look and make sure I get those numbers right. It could have been Jordan Egger that was with the beautiful setter dump right there. Again, 11,000 assists, but just like out on the basketball court, you know she can score as well. And here comes an easy spike for Kylie Hutchins. They just kind of put it over the net. Or an easy hit kill for Kylie Hutchins as I continue to get the terminology down. It is 7-1 Oilers to start things off. Again, in our second game, I will be joined by Julie Maxson. She'll break down things a little bit here for me. So if she comes join me in game 2, I'll have all my flibs and flubs out of the way, hopefully. This one's going to go into the net. Not a great serve there for Morgan Barodachuk. And if that name sounds familiar, yes, she is the younger sister of Mr. Logan Barodachuk, now playing some college football with Chippewas just across the street. Here comes the serve, and it's going to be out of bounds for the Chargers and Havana Reineke. It's now 8-2, Mount Pleasant with the lead. 4 aces from Jaden Preston and a big kill from Kylie Hutchins to lead the way. That one's going to be just out. A really good read from the Chargers and Kaylin Cole as she thought about it and then finally stepped back and went out of bounds. Point for the Chargers, 8-3 our score. And I'll sound old here, but back in my day, quote unquote, it was not rally scoring. And so if you're just jumping on board with high school volleyball, again, kind of like I am, really paying attention to it and starting to come to a bunch of games, the rally scoring is a whole lot of fun. You don't have the side outs anymore. Not a great pass here from the Chargers. It's going to be an easy point for Mount Pleasant. And volleyball is such a game of skill. You can do everything you need to do, but then that volleyball hits the wrong part of your wrist, your part of your thumb, and it goes off the wrong direction. Here comes the serve from Egger. Chargers able to set it up nicely, but kind of a miss out there from the Chargers and Ella Tazalar. And so it'll be another point for the Oilers. They're up 10-3 here in the early going in our first set. Egger on the serve once again. Chargers do a good job setting up Avery Bailey for the hit. And here comes the hit from Mount Pleasant. It's going to be just out of bounds, and so the point will go to the Chargers. It was not a bad play from Finley Helm, I believe, over there on the defensive hitter position. I guess she wouldn't have been in her defensive hitter position, but that's where she starts for the Oilers. Comes a serve from the Chargers, 10-4. Mount Pleasant with the lead. High school volleyball action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big hit out there. Dug out. Finley Helm really got up and got that one. And this one's going to be a kill. On that one was Jaden Preston. So great job at the start with the serve. Now she's able to get the hit and kill. Or maybe could have been Zenenberg. The 8 and the 9 out there right next to each other. Again, I'm still learning here a little bit with the high school volleyball. Want to make sure I get everything right. Our score is 11-4. Substitution. Getting a little break right now is Bella Colares. Great serve. It's going to be another ace for the Oilers. On the serve that time was Finley Helm. Called Finley Helm's name quite a bit here in that first set. Think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the, well, I guess the baller of the match since we're here doing some high school volleyball. Finley Helm looking good right now, and Jaden Preston starting off the game with those 4 aces and a nice little run from her serving position. Nice pass from the Chargers as they look to set things up. They just look to dump it over right to the back line, diving to try and save it. Was Finley Helm, but it is all for naught. 12-5 now the score. Nice little play right there from the Chargers. Looked like they were setting up the spike and then just a little dump on the set to the back line. Serve from the Chargers. Not a good play. It's going to be an ace for Midland Dow and a really nice serve from Ella Tazalar. Still getting some of these names down for these Midland Dow girls. Tazalar will have a chance to do it again. That one's going to be out of bounds, and so another point to the Oilers. 13-6 our score. A couple substitutions coming into the game. On the serve right now for the Oiler girls is number 8, the senior, Briar Zenenberg. Serve over, kind of a float serve there to make it goofy for the Chargers. Look to spike it. It's a nice block at the net, but it still gets through for the point. That's going to be a nice hit and kill out there from Avery Bailey. 13-7 count. This high school volleyball just moves so fast. Comes a serve from Megan Benchley. Oilers look to set it up. It's a great hit. Nice dig out there, though, from the Chargers. This one to the back line. Will it be out? It will be in for the Chargers. 13-8 now the score. Serve goes back to Midland Dow. On the serve is going to be Megan Benchley. Egger looking to set up her teammate for the kill. Dow looking to set up. It's a great block at the net from Hutchins. Now a chance for the kill for the Oilers, and right down the line it goes. Great play. I want to say that was Preston once again, this time with the kill. Apologies to these girls if I missed one or two, but this action is so fast. This guy trying to get used to it. But high school volleyball, if you've never watched a match live, you have to come check it out. It is so much fun. Dow just has to pass it over. A little confusion there, allowing Mount Pleasant to set up the kill. And there it is again for Preston. Preston in our first set now has 4 assists. And at my count, 2 hit kills. It is 14-9. Mount Pleasant with the lead here in this first set of possibly 5 in this one with Mount Pleasant and Midland Dow. On the serve is Preston actually again. And a nice block at the net. It gets through Hutchins for the point. Can't really blame Hutchins, though. That was good defense from the Oilers. 14-10 now the score. It was 5-1 at one point. Chargers kind of making a little bit, well, I guess it's still a 4-point lead, but Chargers maybe getting a little momentum right there. And that one right on the line. A really nice play from Ivana Reinecke. Again, not necessarily what you're used to on the kill, but I'm still going to write down the K in my stat sheet because of the nice location she found on that one. Hutchins looking for the hit kill. Not there. Dow with a chance to set up. They just dump it over. Great save on the back line. Pleasant with a chance for the point here, but it's going to be out of bounds. It was a good job by the Oilers handling. Nice play from the Chargers. We're going to have a timeout right now. 14-12 our score. A little bit of momentum and maybe going the Chargers' way. We'll take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We'll be back with more right after this. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our studios built by Konwinski Construction, brought to you by Barberry Law. Point for the Oilers on the tip there. Quick substitution coming in for Midland Dow. Trying to reset things here for you if I can. Again, the substitutions come in so fast and furious. Out there for the Oilers right now, you got the libero, Carmen Loya. Finley Helm out there. She's had a great first half. I also see Kylie Hutchins. And on the serve is going to be Bella Claris. Also out there, I believe, is Briar Zenneberger. No, pardon me, that is going to be Finley Helm. Loya just puts this one over. Chance to set up to hit for Dow. Nice dig from the back line from Loya. But it ends up going into the hallway because of the power on the spike from the Chargers, or the power on the hit. Needed to continue to get those things right. A big shout out to all the coaches, all the girls who've taken some time to interview me in those Volleyball 101 podcasts. To kind of learn the ropes here to bring you the best coverage I can for high school volleyball. My hope is by the time we get to the playoffs, your boy can make a little bit of sense of what's going to be happening when I have to do audio-only coverage when we get to the playoffs. Another point out there for the Oilers. Now on the serve is going to be Carmen Loya. 16-13 the score. Three Charger girls set up on the net. The other one's just right behind that 10-foot line. Able to set up the spike here. Nice block at the net, but it still gets through on the kill. Big play from Ella Tazalar. 16-14 the score. Now on the serve for the Chargers is going to be Kira Hillman, the junior. Hager looks to set up her teammate, but it's a wonderful block at the net. Ooh, believe that was a sophomore, Avery Bailey, I'm going to credit with the block on that one. She gets some high fives from her teammates on the front line. Oh, man. Great action right there. It is now 16-15. Agger looking to set up her teammate once again. It's going to be a back row attack, and it's good. Jaden Preston continues to impress this cat here in this first set. She has 4 aces that started the game, part of a 5-point run I believe she had, and she now has 3 kills, including that one from the back line. Nice little dump there. Oilers doing everything they can to get it over, but they can't. Really nice play. That's my favorite play right there. You think the Chargers are going to spike it or kill it or hit it, going for the kill, and then just a little tip over the net into the donut hole, the 5-hole, or no man's land, or no ladies' land. 17-16 now the score. Chargers still looking to get their first lead of this set. Nice placement from the Oilers on the attack. This one's going to go into the net. It'll be a point for Mount Pleasant. 18-16 now the score. First set of possibly 5 here tonight. And oh boy, the way things are starting, it is going to be intense. Substitutions coming in on both sides. On the serve for the Oiler girls is Finley Helm. She had a nice first set. Sends it across. The libero Cold is able to handle it. Nice play across it. It's going to hit the floor for a point for Midland Dow. 18-17 the score as these two continue to battle back and forth here in this first set. When things started, it looked like Mount Pleasant might run away with it. But give this Dow team credit. They have continued to battle and battle here. Now we're at 18-17. Nice dig on the back line from Tazalar. Great play at the net. Somehow the Chargers get it back over. Chance to set up, a chance to set up her teammate is Egger, and it's another wonderful block at the net from the Chargers for the point. It is now 18-18, and oh man. I don't know if that was Bailey again, but we're going to give her credit for the block because I gave her the last one. Chargers now on the serve. Back with it is going to be Tazalar. 18-18 in set number 1. The kill comes over, and they're going to say that a Charger player went over the net, so it's a point for the Oilers. And still trying to get some of those lingo down from the officials. So when you've been watching football and basketball for so long, it's pretty easy to pick out, but still getting some of that lingo down here. 19-18, Oiler girls with the lead. First set, best of 5. They're playing to 25 here in this first one. Looking for the kill. Nice dig on the back line from the Oilers. Now looking for that back row attack is Zenneberg. It's not there. Nice job by the Chargers setting this one up. It hits the net. Great play from the Oilers to get it back over. And it just goes over the back line. Looking for another back row kill was Preston. We're now tied at 19 apiece. Couple substitutions coming in. It looks like Egger's going to come out. Hutchins will replace her when she's on that front line. Here comes the serve from the Chargers. 19-19 the score here in set 1. Nice little tip over at the net right there from Zenneberg, but Dow's able to handle it. Loya tries to set up her teammate. It goes to Egger. And now on the kill is going to be Zenneberg. Again, that wasn't necessarily a big hit kill where it smacks the floor, but a great location. Sometimes that's more important than anything else. 19-19 the score. I'm waiting for it to go to 20-19. On the serve is the Oilers. It's Jaden Preston. Chargers look to set up. Hit from the side. Egger now wants to set up her teammate. It's kind of a oddball setup there as the attacker kind of had to go far over to the sideline, and from out of bounds land, I think it might have actually hit the pole, and so it will be a point for the Chargers. We are tied at 20 apiece. Now, good job by the officials, kind of coming together, making sure they have the correct call. There's a couple substitutions looking to come in possibly, but right now, out there for your Oilers, I see Finley Helm. I see Jordan Egger. I see Carmen Loya. I see Jaden Preston, along with Kylie Hutchins. And I believe that's Morgan Borodachuk out there, or Briar Zenneberg. Wait to see if that's an 8 or a 6 year from the jersey. I believe that is a 6. Starting to get old here with the numbers. Comes a serve from the Oilers. 20-19 lead. Great hustle from Colt. Chargers going to have to pass this one over. Chance for Egger to set something up. She goes for the center up in the middle. Great dive to keep it alive from the Chargers. Now Loya with the dive to keep it alive for the Oilers. Hutchins looking for the little tip. Read by Dow. Great action right now. That one out of bounds. Point to Mount Pleasant, 21-19. Those are the type of moments right there that I need to not try and keep up with them because it just speaks for itself. The great action out there on the floor. 21-19, Oilers on top. First set here against Midland Dow. I think Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, Rick's Food Center, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Boomer's Lawn Care, and at Barry Funeral Home. Help making these broadcasts possible. Big hit at the net, dug out, and it's a huge point. Oh, boy. That was Borodachuk with the kill at the net and putting it down with power. Again, the 6 and the 8 look so similar out there with Zenneberg and Borodachuk, but I now think I've got it down 22-19 our score, and just a powerhouse kill right there from Borodachuk. Timeout on the court from the Chargers. We'll keep the broadcast right here. 22-19 our score right now. Action tomorrow on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network will be the same two schools except out on the gridiron as the Mount Pleasant Oilers travel over to Midland Dow to take on the Chargers. Other football happening tomorrow. Sacred Heart Academy hosts Portland St. Pat's. Beale City hosts McBain. Clare hosts Bullitt Creek. And Shepherd is hosting Standish Sterling. Yeah, I got the only road game tomorrow. It's myself and Adam Gursky travel over to Midland Community Stadium to bring you that action. On the serve is Jaden Preston, just 3 points away from wrapping up this first set. Chance for Egger to set up her teammate on the kill. It's Borodachuk, and she laces it down. A great shot right there from Borodachuk. You saw it come right back here to my broadcast table, but she did a good job staying away from the cameras, so we are in good shape. Boy, if you're able to set up Borodachuk, the freshman, with some power. 23-19 our score. And Borodachuk has a chance to spike it right over again. A great dig out there for the Chargers to keep it alive. With the setup, Hutchins, and she kills it on the back line. A wonderful setup from Jordan Egger. Hutchins, I've got her for her second kill of this first set. It could be more, but now it is set point here for the Oilers. 24-19 the score. And in this second game, things will get a whole lot better as Julie Maxson is going to join us. 24-19 the score. Nice kill from the Chargers. Big time play to keep them in it right there. And on the kill, I believe it was Ivana Reinecke. Didn't move so fast out here. Your boy doing the absolute best he can to keep up with the action. 24-20. Now the score. And that one's going to go out on the serve. Point, game, set goes to the Oilers. 25-20. Boy, that was great action right there. And if you are looking for that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game kind of preview of it right now, what a first game out there for Jaden Preston, Morgan Borodachuk, Kylie Hutchins, Jordan Egger also doing great as well. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, it is set number 2 with the Mount Pleasant Oilers and the Midland Dow Chargers on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Chris Bachman now has Julie Maxson alongside with me. Julie, Thanks so much for taking some time to chat. You and I have talked a couple times volleyball in the past, but this is your first year not coaching volleyball at Mount Pleasant since when?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. I coached varsity on and off 3 different times.
Oh, all right.
And coached middle school volleyball for 30
You're a
years.
volleyball lifer.
I am.
You absolutely love it. And so in that first set, I'm kind of doing my best to write down, ace, kill, block, and all this different kind of stuff. Jaden Preston, to me, was really impressive in that first set. Would you agree?
Yeah, she had a couple shots lined from the right side that were really nice and really set the tone, and she served really, really tough.
Yeah, and starting off, when she was 5-1, she had 4 aces, I believe. When you're able to do that, starting things off, how big of a deal is that?
That's a big deal. It sets the tone for the game. I mean, when you're in your first conference game, at least for Mount Pleasant, that means something. You have the jitters, and Dow certainly came out with some jitters, but they settled in and made it a ball game. But Mount Pleasant's always had to serve tough. We usually have had a really short lineup. We always joked about the Midland kids growing them tall over there. I don't know if it has something to do with Dow Chemical, but they always seem to have kids taller than us. So Mount Pleasant has always prided itself on you have to serve tough and you have to pass well.
Yep.
And if we do that, you win.
Yeah, and Jordan Egger, 1,100 assists getting honored before the game. How cool was that for you?
That was pretty awesome. She actually won that milestone against Rockford last year, but we had lost that first round against Rockford, and it wasn't a time to celebrate an individual at that time. But very proud of her. She's really a baller. She's a basketball player, but headed to Rollins next year to play some hoops in Florida. But she's just a tremendous athlete.
Yeah, and like I said, those multi-sport athletes, whenever you got those all-stars on the other sports that come in, and I guess, sometimes they're still all-stars in that sport as well, it's pretty darn special. Nice job setting up the hit possible kill there, but a good job digging things out by Midland. Egger looking to set up her teammate once again. Nice little tip over, and it's going to be another point. Well, first point of this match for the Oilers, and this is where you can help me out. Is that a kill for Jaden Preston?
That is a kill.
Is.
That is a kill. Even if you pass the ball over and it drops, you just make a funny symbol. But even if they passed it over and it landed, it ends up being a kill.
And Preston's going to serve this one into the net a little bit different than the way it started this last time. But talk a little bit more about Egger. How many years was she your setter?
She was a varsity setter for 3 years.
All right, so sophomore, junior, varsity.
Mm-hmm.
That's like having a quarterback play for 3 years, a point guard play for 3 years, starting things off. It's just a big deal.
Yes.
Loya with a little bit of trouble getting that one in. Talk a little bit about that serve. It went right into the middle of the zone. Really tough for anyone to get.
Whenever you're serving, first of all, you never want to serve to the girl in the opposite color, the libero. You never want to serve to the libero. That's your best passer. But if you can get a seam, you always want to keep them thinking and hit that seam. And the float serve, it can be really tough. If they have a good, tough float serve and it's moving, it's like a knuckleball in baseball, right? Very hard to judge.
Nice little setter dump right there by Egger, but it's read by Koff. Oilers looking to set up the kill for Borodchuk. It's dug out. Another play by, not Koff, Karen Cole, the libero for Dow, making a couple nice plays. Looking for the back row attack here is Preston. It's dug out again. That was from Servinsky for the Chargers. Looking to set up the kill there for Borodchuk. Can't quite get it. Great action right here. Nice little tip over from the Chargers. Oilers keep it alive.
Nice change of speed right there by Borodchuk. And I'm telling you, after watching her play some club and watching her play as an 8th grader, her growth already this year is tremendous. So I just can't wait to see this kid play. And her younger sister's on the JV team, and they're the dynamic duo. They're going to make some things happen for Mount Pleasant volleyball and basketball and softball.
I said if you recognize that name, there's a reason they are the young, and Logan's been beating them up, you know what I mean, the whole time growing up too.
Yeah, but let's talk about Mom was on the state championship softball team.
All right.
Way back in 90 something.
All right, well, not way back, or just back in 90 something.
Yeah,
we'll
don't
say
that. Yeah.
Here comes a serve from Kaylin Cold, and it's kind of me continuing to learn here. Is your libero a nice spike over there? A nice hit over there on the side.
There you go. An attack.
An attack or a hit.
It was funny because I was talking to Borodchuk before about how sometimes they say we don't call it a spike anymore. It's an attack. It's a roll shot. That one she just rolled it in. It's off speed. And when Finley's pounding the ball from the outside helm, she is just pounding the ball, and then you roll one in. They're back on their heels because they're used to usually getting that heat.
A nice ace there from Carmen Loya. And talk a little bit about that float ball. I believe that was Jay Jablonski from Beal was kind of saying, if you got the girl that can go up and kind of get that serve spike, that's good. But there's nothing like that float ball because nobody knows where it's going to go.
Yeah, if you watch any Olympic volleyball, the guys are attacking the ball, and so it's a top spin serve. And that top spin serve is tough because we don't see it very often, but it has a rotation down. It doesn't generally move side to side. A good float moves side to side.
And a great block at the net by Zenneberg. And I've been having trouble keeping Zenneberg and Borodachuk apart with that 6 and the 8.
Yeah.
It looks so similar. But
Yes.
if I'm mistaken those two for each other, I think it both means they're doing some good things.
Yeah, no. Breyer looks really confident out there. I love watching these kids play.
5-3 the score. There's a serve into the net. Well, I'll say you jinxed him right there, saying you love watching him play. But, yeah, how much different is it for you as the coach watching these first few games? Do you sometimes want to jump up and yell something?
Oh, I've yelled a few things, but they're doing their jobs. And these kids have put a lot of time in. Brandy's put a lot of time in. Scott Hill's assisting on the bench. And these kids just want to play volleyball. They love the game. And so it's just going to get better and better, hopefully, as the season goes on.
Yep. Nice ace there, kind of getting tied up, I'll say. It was Carmen Loya and Jordan Egger, and that's something that I feel like probably happens a lot once you get to the younger levels of volleyball as girls just kind of running into each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to team chemistry in volleyball, like playing together, playing beside the same person, and that kind of stuff they're going to figure out as the season goes on.
Yeah, I feel like it is we always talk football coaches, ultimate team sport. I feel like volleyball is that equivalent for the girls' sports. And great action right there as the Oilers keep it alive. Chargers trying to set up the kill, but it's kept alive again by the Oilers. And just missed time of the jump on that one with Zenneberg. And, hey, that's that setter, hitter got to be on the exact same page. Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
And you have a good pass, and sometimes your timing's just off.
6-5 the score. Chargers actually with their first lead of the night here.
It's a great pass by Bella.
Egger looking to set up the kill. Oh, boy. Putting that one down was Finley Helm, right?
Yep, and they sped up the offense a little bit. That was a little quicker set, so they didn't have time to set their block. When we're out of system, which means the ball isn't right to the setter, and we got to set it off a little bit, we get a higher set, and they have time to set up those blockers. So that was a great.
And a nice ace right there from the Oilers from Egger. And that was the risky business decision on the back line of do I let it go, do I not let it go? That's got to be a really tough call. Do you want your girls on that back line to go for it every time, or if you think it's out, just leave it?
Well, if you watch really good volleyball teams, every time the ball is served, if they're not passing that ball, they're going to the line. They're going to go put their foot on the line and figure it out. So they should be chasing that ball back, and if they're not sure, we want to play the ball.
7-7 the score. Oilers, Chargers, don't really think you need to say much more than that. Second set of possibly 5. Mount Pleasant won the first one, 25-20. High pass over the net. Nice little tip right there from the Chargers, but keeping it alive is the Oilers. I believe that was Loya with the diving stop there.
It was a great dig.
Egger looking to set up a teammate for the hit.
Nice line shot by Finley.
Good job by the Chargers keeping it alive, and a nice dive by the Oilers keeping things alive and looking for the kill, and it goes off the net, but it'll work out just fine for Jaden Preston. And that was one thing I feel like going back in my day, if it hit the net on the serve, it wasn't a point, but that's some of the things that have continued to change with volleyball. And the rally scoring, I think that's got to be one of the biggest changes, and it just makes things move so much faster. There's no more of the side out. I really like that.
Yeah, back in the day, I remember Christy Lippert, who coached at Alma for a long time, and she won a state championship with Gary Stanglevich, and they used to serve so hard because if they missed, it wouldn't be a point. Yeah. So they won. So because they just pounded the ball. Now you have to have kind of a both. You want a hard serve, but you got to get it in. You don't want to give up 3 points.
9-7 our score. Oilers with the lead on the serve is Finley Helm. Chargers trying to set up the hit on the right side. And that's going to be out of bounds, so a point for the Oilers. And did I get that right? Is it right side when it's your right, kind of looking at the net?
Yes.
All right.
You got it.
Said we're learning here, but it's a whole lot of fun. And
I think you're doing well.
And for people who've never watched high school volleyball, I always talk about how fast basketball is. There is nothing like the pace. When things get going, sometimes I just need to be quiet. We just need to have a little conversation, let people enjoy the action. Yeah. Looking for the tip at the net is Borodachuk, but a nice job by the Oilers tipping it right back over. And so that's one you're going for the block. and they don't spike it at you, but you can still get your hand out.
Yep. You want to play off the block as much as you can. The taller the other team is, you want to be able to hit it off the block. Hit a cut shot, which means I'm going to slice it to the left.
And it's all about finding the openings. It's all a few with that hitter going up. You might think you have a set play, but if they see that opening down the sideline, you want them to go for it. There's a serve that's going to go out of bounds, so it'll give the point to Mount Pleasant. 11-9 the score. Now Zenneberg is going to be on the serve for the Oilers. Zenneberg, one of the seniors. What do you remember from her last year?
Well, I'll tell you what. Just the fact that she's serving and doing a great job doing so is a wonderful thing for Briar. She's put a lot of time into this game, and she's always been a great athlete, but just to see her more confident, it's really good.
11-10 the score. Here comes a serve from the Chargers. Loya's able to get it. Now Egger looking to set up her teammate on the pass. Nice cross-court hit there from the Oilers. Nice dig there. Egger.
She did a great job at
the back row attack is going to be in bounds. Great play right there. Finley Helm continues to impress, and I was told the back row attack, that's kind of the equivalent to hitting a three or something that when you're able to get the point from back there. And you have to be a special athlete. Like, I'm not making a back row attack. I got to have some more hops, don't I?
Yeah, you want to minimize, like, giving them anything too easy. So anytime you can attack the ball from the back row, out of system and get an attack, an overhand attack is so much better. That's a great finesse swing by Jaden.
Crossing
Just
that
a little
goes. This
roll
one's going to be in bounds. A nice kill right there from the Chargers. But yeah, like I talked about, the little tip over there from Jaden. In particular, you got a girl like Jaden Preston who's had a whole lot of power for similar to Brodachuk. You got to continue to change that pace and change that pace.
And Jaden's not that tall, but that girl can jump. She's got some ups for sure.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to see, I feel like she'd put my vertical leap to shame for sure. Egger with a little center dump into the donut hole right there for the point.
Great, yeah.
Hey.
We used to call it the 5-hole.
The 5-hole? All right.
Just like in hockey, Yep. The 5-hole.
And so that's
some
one
people
where
call it campfire.
Yep, I credit Egger with the kill on that because
sure.
she got, and that's hopefully by the end of the year I'll start to keep track of some of her assists as well. Like I said, we're getting there. 13-11 now the score. The Oilers with the lead, and they are on the serve. And it's going to be a little too long, a little too out. Now, was that one going for that back corner, or was that a float that just went a little out of control?
You've got to serve teams deep. And then once you get them back on their heels, then you can go short again with it. So you got to mix it up. It's not anything different than a baseball pitcher trying to, give people different looks. You have different pitches, you have different serves.
Kaylin Cold on the serve now. Nice block at the net from the Chargers. It's passed over by Mount Pleasant. Cold now looking to set up one of her teammates, looking for a little dump there, the Chargers, but it's blocked at the net. Now two girls going up at the net to meet. Egger looking for a little dump over. Chargers trying to set up the kill. And it will be a kill. Actually that went out of bounds. Because it looked like that hit the Oiler player. And so if it goes over the net, hits the Oiler player, should be a point for the Chargers. But I don't think they saw that. And again, those officials got a lot better view than I do. But this is fast-moving stuff. They're going to miss one every game or two. And you just kind of have to tip your cap to them.
Yep. And I think they definitely missed one there.
Loya on the serve, 14-12 the count. Second set here. The Oilers up 1-0. Looking to set up the kill. Nice block at the net, but it still gets through. Good job by the Oilers setting things up. Egger sets up her teammate. Chargers now looking to set up the kill. Loya keeps it alive, but it goes all the way to the back wall. She gets it back over the net. Great play from the Oilers. And nice. Again, Loya dives for the save. Egger's just going to pass this one over. Chargers with a chance to set up some offense. And it is going to be a point. I think one of the Oiler girls went under the net there maybe. But talk about those diving plays from Loya in the effort that takes.
She's doing a great job getting outside the block and reading that. I mean, you got to be able to play defense.
When you say getting outside the block, I'm sorry. Can you break that down?
So if you're playing defense and two girls are going up to block and you're hidden behind the block, you can't see. So you've got to get outside the block so you can read that tip and make that play. And sometimes it's hard for young women to do.
Loya passes this one over. Chargers trail 14-13. Now 14-14 on the really nice hit and kill from Ella Tazalar.
Yeah, that was a really nice quick tempo, and that's tough. When you're on a quick tempo like that, your blocker is frozen. So even if the quick's not there, then you can go to the outside and get a one-on-one, which should result in a kill. So you want to speed that up and keep running those quicks, even if you don't go to that girl. But if she's making the kill, you keep feeding the dog or the beast.
I'm learning more and more here, and so I'm seeing some of these setter girls set it kind of backwards up over their head. And that's because if you set it forward where you think they're going to go, then you might have the two blockers. And you do something goofy, you want to get that one-on-one when the girl's going up for the hit and the kill.
When you watch some of the really good setters and they're going up, it doesn't matter where they are on the court, you don't know where they're going. They're going up, they look the same, and they just use finesse and a little wrist snap or whatever.
Liddy Salisbury and Sophie Hout from Beal and Segrad Academy, and I can't remember the young girl's name for Claire, were all impressive, but Liddy Salisbury was the lefty, and so there was a few times she was able to just kind of knock it over real slick style. So those are my favorite plays, those sneak attacks right there. I think it's the most fun.
And Jordy's had a couple today, and you can't do it all the time. If you do it too much, you're in trouble. Now right there, Breyer should have tipped to 4. I call it 4 because their libero is back, so there's a big opening in 4 right there. And she went up. She just tipped it right here. You'll notice that defensively there's an opening.
That's one of those.
Can I take a timeout and go tell Coach?
Yeah.
I'm sure she
go
saw.
ahead. Yeah. Well, that's one of those two that I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to go back and watch this again to see exactly what you are talking about. But I appreciate you dropping the knowledge as I continue to learn. And a nice ace there from the Chargers, and they now lead at 16-14. I feel like this is really the first time they've had momentum in this set. It's been close back and forth the whole game, but right now Dow's got a chance to maybe take control with this 2-point lead, and on the serve is Hillman.
You've got to get that first pass. Right now she's got to get her serve in, and they've got to be saying, give me the ball. There we go.
And it's going to be out. Ooh. And you can't knock the aggression there, right? Like I'm thinking, they got a little momentum. Why would you serve it out of bounds? But you can't soft serve it. You just got to go every time.
Both teams have such a high skill level. If you give them a fluff serve, you're gonna be eating the ball. They're gonna get a kill, and it's gonna be too much. So you have to serve aggressively to compete.
Little dump over, looking for the kill now are the Oilers, and it's made on the far side. That was Finley Helm once again with the kill.
Right over the block. She had a great reach on that one.
I've got that as her 4th kill here in this set as well. And when it comes to a number of kills in a set, I imagine you very rarely get to double digits. When you do, that's amazing. But I'm always trying to, a nice serve right there from Egger. The Chargers are able to keep it alive. But now Egger's going to set up her teammate on the far side. Looking for the dump is Helm. It's read by the Chargers. 16-16 our score here in the second set.
Now that one we're going to call it a shoot. She's shooting over. We're calling it a shoot.
A shoot, not a set. All right, okay, we're continuing to learn here.
Yeah, I got you.
That one's going to... Waiting to see if that one was in or not. That one.
It was out.
That one will be out, so it'll be a point to the Oilers. Manning on the serve is Egger.
That's aggressive serve. Like to see less spin on that ball, but it's a really aggressive, hard serve.
Chargers get it over. Oilers a chance to set up, and a great tip from Finley Helm. And that's a little soft tapper kill right there. That's my favorite play.
Yeah. Well, and again, when you've got such a big hitter in Finley Helm on the outside, and they're backed up, ready to get dig a ball that's coming pretty dang hard, and then she.
When I asked some of the girls, I says, "All right, what happens when that ball's coming over the net and you're expected to get in front of it?" And I kind of compared it to playing shortstop or pitcher in softball. Softball, you get to wear a mask. These girls out here aren't wearing masks, and they kind of said, sometimes all you can do is close your eyes and pray.
I know. Well, when you play we play against some young ladies that hit over the block. And I remember the girls going, "What do we do?" And I said, "Pray." So you just pray, and sometimes it's out of your control. They're hitting over our block because we're not, that tall. Sometimes in the front row.
And that'll be in. It'll be an ace for Jordan Egger. And how big is that to get the ace right out of the timeout?
That's great because the timeout is called. We coaches always joke if she missed that serve, it would have been the coach's point there because you want to try to freeze it just like a free throw. You want to freeze the server.
19-16 the score.
But all these kids have played such high level of volleyball. They're used to.
Nice little shoot over there from Egger.
Yeah.
We'll set up the hit. Great action right now. Well, he's just going to have to pass this one over.
Great dig by Bella Colares.
Another set of spike. Another dig out there from Colares. And this one's at the net. They drop it down.
At the net, but what a great effort.
Yeah, that was a great play from the Chargers. On that one was Karis Galis, and that was just a wonderful play. When you're able to be at the net when that ball's coming over, you can, as long as you're not touching that net, it's free game. Mm-hmm. And the setter block is the only thing you got to worry about, which is something that I feel like I'm not going to see that a whole lot when I'm seeing this level of volleyball. The Oilers trying to keep it alive, but it'll be a point for the Chargers and another ace. That one going to Miss Galis right there. If she has the nice play, and then she's able to come back and get you find that a lot. You make the nice play, then you come back, you have the nice serve.
Yes. You just get in a rhythm. And one of the biggest things that you have to do in volleyball is you want to keep the momentum when it's good, but if you have a bad play, you have to shake it off quick. You don't have time. It's a very mental game, and you have to shake it off and get to the next play.
Oilers missed the kill at the net, so we're now tied at 19 apiece. Little tip over for the Oilers. Nice save from the Chargers, but it's going to go out of bounds. And I believe that's going to be, is that another kill for Helm out there?
Yeah. Yep.
Holy moly. And so I've got her with 6 kills in this game in the Spock's unofficial stats. I always try and compare it to the other sports. I feel like you get to 5 kills in a set. Is that like a 20-point basketball game maybe or something?
Yeah. Yeah. And she's hitting from the back row. Yeah, it's great when she gets to double figures. It's fun.
Helm now on the serve. 2019 Oilers with the lead. Chargers do not want to go down 2-0. And a great kill right at the net from Tazalar. It seems like Tazalar and Reineke, 11 and 13, are the 2 girls they want to get it to at the net. Am I correct in that?
Yep. And when they pass well, they can get that ball to them, and they're doing the job.
20-20 is the score. On the serve is the aforementioned Tazalar. She kind of put some oomph into this one across the net.
Yeah, Abby Webster setting right now.
Across the net it goes. Loya now looking to set it up. Nice kill over from Barodachuk. It's dug out, though, by the Chargers. We're tied at 20 here in the second set. Great save there on the back line from Philly. And then it goes into the net. Finley Helm, though, with a great save. Those are the ones coming straight at your face, and all you can do is get a hand up there.
Yes.
When you can control it like that, holy moly, I think it's special. And we're going to keep it right here because we got Julie Maxson with me. Thanks to more of our friends at Isabella Bank, hanging by a thread. Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff at Palladium Realty, Robin and Stressman and Associates, Block Electric, and Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Like to welcome everybody back to school. They're hiring bus drivers that need parapros and subs. Go to Mount Pleasant Schools with an S.net to get started. All right, so you go into this timeout. You're down 21-20. What are you saying to your team, Julie? I make you put the coach's cap on.
Hey, this next pass matters. The first pass matters. Give me the first pass. Pass this ball, and then good things will happen. Yep. So they probably have already set up who they're going to go to.
And when you're, the visiting school, Dow, the last thing you want to do is go down 2-0. You still have a chance to battle back, but then it's going to make for a really long night for everybody.
Exactly.
21-20 our score. Remaining on the serve is going to be Tazalar. That's another thing. It's so hard to keep up with all the substitutions. I do the best I can, but boy, they come in, they come out, they come in, they come out. Hit over the net for Barodachuk. Now look for the block at the net of the Oilers. Loya keeps it alive. Eggert looking to set up her teammate. It's knocked over by Jaden Preston. Chargers keep it alive. It won't be an aggressive play over the net. Should allow the Oilers to set something up.
Yes.
And it's brought down by Zenneberg on the kill, and the nice setup from Jordan Egger. 21-21 the score. Now heading back to serve is Zenneberg. We just talked about it moments ago. You make that big play, then your serve's coming up. Oh, as I say that, she's going to come out. Coming to serve for her is going to be Ella Dawson, the junior setter, opposite hitter, defensive specialist.
Yeah, and she's a serving specialist as well. So we're going to look at that flow. That was beautiful. See it just die?
It did. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That was so cool. You were able to come out and
say. Another hard-working young lady.
She's somebody that's got a really good serve that she comes out with the ace that I don't think anybody was getting to that one.
And that's tough. She hasn't played yet. And she just came in at a tie ball game and had an ace. So that tells you what kind of kid that is.
And another nice service going to be tough to handle for the Chargers. Just going to have to pass it over. Should allow the Oilers to set something up. Egger looking to set up Barodachuk for the kill. It's dug out by the Chargers. Egger, another chance to set up her teammate. Looking for the little tip over and getting it. is Jaden Preston with the kill, and another assist from Jordan Egger. 23-21. The Oilers 2 points away from going up 2-0.
Jaden's just playing really smart. Jaden Preston's playing smart.
And is she the younger sister of Chase Preston?
No.
All right.
Yep.
You see those names out there, like I said, the Baroda-Chuck, and you think about, and actually, I could just picture Logan in the backyard playing volleyball with his younger sisters and just gearing up.
Oh yeah, no mercy.
And so I got my Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. He was a young man who kind of sat next to me at some Beal City games, was in a wheelchair, and he loved hearing his name on the radio. He unfortunately passed last March, and so keep his memory alive. We got the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Who's your baller of the game, baller of these first 2 sets for you?
Gosh, right now, Jaden Preston is just doing it all. She's serving tough, she's passing well, and she's playing smart. So, I mean, but again, this is such a team effort. But, yeah, Jaden's right there.
23-21. Chargers looking to set up the hit, and they get it from the right side.
Yeah.
Going up and hammering that one down.
She's a lefty on the right side. That's a hard
That's
block.
Avery Bailey over there. She's had a couple blocks, nice kill, and she's just a sophomore as well. And so she's somebody that Coach Gragowskis and the crew are going to have to carry. Yeah, that's what I had to go double check that one before I said it. Nice hit over there.
If you call her Coach G, you're good.
We're good.
What everybody calls her, Coach G.
Nice block at the net. And again, Jaden Preston, I'm going to give credit. There was 2 girls there, but I'm going to give Preston credit. And now it's set point, 24-22. Oilers on the serve. Chargers are just going to have to pass this one over.
Free ball. Mount Pleasant should just use it. We're expecting a kill here.
Baroda looks for the tip over, and
that's
the point. That's the set. 25-22. Baroda will get credit with the kill.
And you want the big kill, but that's just smart. Good play.
25-22. And so now help me out here a little bit before I send you off, and thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, Julie.
Fun.
So now we go to this third game. It's still to 25 points. It's only that last game that would go to 15, correct, if they continue playing?
Game
All right.
5, yep.
All right, and so possibly so it'll be match point if they get to 24.
Yes.
All right. So we're getting that terminology down. We'll send it off to a little bit of a break. Thank you, Julie. We'll make you join us for some more volleyball later this year. Be right back here with more on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A big shout out to Julie Maxson for joining me. And a big shout out to you for listening. High school volleyball. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Now welcome back inside the Barbary Law Studios and the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A big thank you to Julie Maxson for taking some time to join me to help call that second set and really drop some volleyball knowledge on your boy here. Thanks to more of our friends. It's the Barbary Law Studios and No Gates Drilling and Service halftime show as we're just kind of, in between games here as we head to our third set. The Mount Pleasant Oilers and the Midland Dow Chargers. The Oiler girls up 2-0 in this one, winning 25-20 and 25-22. Talked a little bit about it with Miss Maxson, the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. I figure nice to get a little bit of help from her on this one because, like I said, your boy still trying to figure all this out. But it does make me feel like I'm doing something right here on my stat sheet as she brings up Jaden Preston, and in that first game, had her with 4 aces, 3 kills. Nice block. She had 3 kills in that last game and a block. But Finley Helm, I believe I had her with 6 kills in that last game. 25-22. The Oilers a winner in that second set. If you're Midland Dow now, if you're going to come back and win this one, well, it's going to take a big-time effort because you got to win 2 in a row, and then you got to win the third one. And the Oilers will start with the serve here. It's going to be out of bounds. Point going to the Chargers. Just a little bit of a miss on the serve there as things are starting off for the Oilers. On the serve there was Miss Jaden Preston, who hasn't done a whole lot wrong here on this evening. Some serve for the Chargers. On the serve is going to be Lauren Maleski. It's going to go into the net, and so 1-1, a point apiece on a couple missed serves from each team. So that'll send it back to the Mount Pleasant Oilers. On the serve, looks like it is going to be Miss Borodachuk, Morgan Borodachuk. Also out there is Loya, Preston, Egger, Hutchins, and Helm. And that one's going to hit the net but drop over for the point. It's an ace, and nonetheless, I don't really think Borodachuk cares. She will take the point. 2-1, Oilers with the lead. Third set here. Oilers up 2-0. Volleyball action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. This one's going to be hit into the net by the Chargers. So another point going to the Oilers. They lead it 3-1. Again, as I start to learn volleyball more and more, I feel like when you get down 2-0 as a team, it's got to really be, you got to really have that tough mindset. And you know these Charger girls do. Looking for the point now is hit at the net. Hutchins kind of double tapped that one, maybe kind of got both of her hands on it, and so the point is going to go to the Chargers. 3-2 now the score. Again, set 3, Chargers, Oilers, volleyball action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Shout out to our friends, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, GNS Mechanical, Conwinski Construction, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, and at J&J Auto. We'll have that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game in the postgame as well, who is standing strong at the front of the net. And again, Preston Helm might be in the running for several awards, including that along with the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Carmen Loya on the serve for Mount Pleasant. They lead it 4-2 here in our third set. Tough play for the Chargers. They're just going to have to pass this one over. Actually, they're looking for the back row attack, but it's going to go out of bounds. So another point to Mount Pleasant, 5-2. Again, if you're the Chargers, at what point do you really start to worry about the momentum and your team just getting down more than they might be able to come back from? 5-2 the score. Nice little pass over. Chargers able to set things up, and it's going to be a kill for the Chargers. And now I got Jason McIntyre joining me on the headset, and give some love to Julie Max. She came over, dropped some knowledge on me, and just did a fantastic job. But our score 5-3 here. You got a football update of what went on with the freshman game, the JV game, because a whole lot going on at Mount Pleasant High School tonight.
It's been a good night here at MP. We won big in the freshman game. We're up 20-0 in the JV game, and got 2 sets here, too, so it's an exciting night to be an Oiler.
Yeah, but you know these Charger girls aren't going to go anywhere, but I feel like getting down 2-0, it's got to be a big mental hurdle to overcome. Great play right there from Zenneberg. She'll get credit for the kill on the little touch over. But, yeah, it's so fun to kind of learn everything here and kind of get things going. But thanks so much for joining me, and I'll be dropping our podcast tomorrow morning. Let's Talk Football Week 3 as anybody wants to get it set up for tomorrow night's game, because that is going to be a big one. Out of bounds that goes, so point going to the Chargers, and they'll get the serve back. But Mount Pleasant, Midland Dow, and I want people to tune in to me, but one of the things that's cool for my sponsors now that I'm on Facebook, and those games are always going to be there. You guys need a whole lot of support over there tomorrow night to take on the Chargers at Midland Community Stadium. Kind of talk about that a little bit, as it's a great play from Finley Helm for the point.
Absolutely, yep. Love to see our community come out. It's a huge game for us. First game of the actual SVL North campaign, and we're the defending champs, and everybody's going to be out for us, and we've got a young team who can use a lot of support. But tonight, let's hopefully these girls can pull this off. It's exciting. You know, this is a big one for us, too, in volleyball. It's, we got our first Valley win the other night against Saga United, and now this puts us in the Valley's wide open in volleyball this year. I mean, there have been some close matches already in the first week, and yeah.
Nice block at the net from Borodachuk for the point. Big-time play right there. And one thing that I feel like, looking at these two teams, Dow played a big tournament on the 7th, then they played Heritage earlier this week. The girls have been off since 27th. Then they kind of beat up on Saginaw United. You really wondered if they were going to be rusty here tonight. That's not the case, as they're up 2-0, and they lead it 8-4 here in the third set.
And there's a lot of familiarity between all these girls. You know, they play a lot of travel volleyball together, both sides. And I think Dow's got a couple young players in some key spots, which is tough, you know. And
nice little tip right there. Getting the point is going to be Tazalar for the Chemics, and it's now 8-5. We have volleyball for people who haven't come to watch a volleyball game as well. I'm trying to explain to people the speed. You know how fast I can talk, but even as sometimes I cannot keep up with the action out here.
Yeah,
Agger looking to set up Barodachuk, and she kills it.
Yeah, that was a nice one. And just to think she's a freshman. Yeah, that was a good one. And it's fast-paced. That's what makes it fun to watch. And I think it's one of the most you talk about sport that's growing in popularity across the country right now. It's definitely this sport, even with the young girls. But you look at like the college level, some of the crowds that are at the Nebraska and at the Texas and Wisconsin matches and stuff. It's exciting. And our program, obviously the coaches we have are outstanding. And we've got some young girls, but we've got a great mix. You take a Finley Helm who's leading this group, and
and back-to-back aces from Ella Dawson as that one hits the net. And hey, that wasn't a point back in our day, but you'll take it now if you're Mount Pleasant in a timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here to talk with you a little bit more. But tomorrow night, 7 o'clock kickoff. If people don't want to come over, they can tune in. Facebook, Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We'll have everything uploaded to YouTube as soon as possible as well, too. But I want to give you a big thank you for, helping me get things started here on Mid-Michigan Sports Network. So excited for all the action, all the coverage that we're going to be able to bring, and just getting things rolling here with volleyball. It's been a whole lot of fun here tonight.
I'm really excited for what you're doing, Chris, because I think I've told a lot of people when we were in high school, athletes got a lot of recognition through, whether it was through the newspaper or the TV or whatever, and you knew you could go and read a paper and see 2 pages worth of high school coverage and whatnot. And so these kids have to create their own message and their own identity, and now we've got someone like you out here that's covering these kids, doing all their things and showing off the things they put all their time and effort into, and giving them a sense of pride in what they're doing. So it's exciting, and we're really happy to be a partner with you, and anything to bring recognition to what our student athletes are doing. Yeah,
but if there's any ADs out there that hear this, you got something going on with your school, you get a hold of McIntyre, he'll get a hold of me. You can say this: if there's a story out there that's cool, I'm going to go cover it. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how I am. Another point for the Oilers. They go 12-5 here in the third set, leading it 2-0. That one's going to be on the line. Another point for the Oilers. Big run right now for Mount Pleasant. This is the biggest lead they've had in either or all 3 of the sets here. But if you're the Chargers, I feel like this is the point where momentum, the gas kind of comes out of you a little bit when you're down 2-0. And it hits the net again. Nice job by the Chargers.
I think that's what makes volleyball so exciting is you're it's never over, right? It's like a baseball game.
Great hit down the line from Jaden Preston. And I was asking Julie who the Zaid Batchelor baller of the game should be. And she says, Preston's been pretty darn impressive out there everywhere she's been. And I just kind of assumed, and I says, that Chase Preston's? And they said, nope, that is not younger sister there. And the officials make sure they get things correct. But it's 14-5. Oilers with the lead here in set number 3. And a great serve. Chargers are just going to have to pass this one over. A chance to set something up for the Oilers. Agger looks to set up Barodachuk, and she hammers it down. That one goes flying into the crowd off the deflection. And Morgan Barodachuk in this third set has an ace from her serving position, a block at the net, and a couple kills. But Jordan Egger has been setting up her teammates all night long, doing a great job. Now a 10-point lead here in set number 3. They are kind of coming out of the sails of the Charger girls right now. But as Coach Mack said, it's never over until it's over with volleyball. Great action right here. Chargers now looking to set up the kill. Little tip over. Nice. And the Oilers send it over for the point. And once again, it is Miss Jaden Preston. And that's the one thing I got to tell you next year for this guy as he gets older. The 9, the 6, and the 8. They're too close. They're too close.
You have to talk to Coach on that. She ordered those.
Hey, you know what? Maybe next year the Mid-Michigan Sports Network will be able to help out with the jersey. and another kill at the net, or I don't even know if you'd call that one a block or a kill. It was coming over the net from the Chargers, kind of a free ball, and Borodachuk was just able to tap it down right there for the point, 17-5. And if you got to get going doing some AD duties, you can go ahead. But one more time, Midland Dow tomorrow night, how much does it mean for you to look out there in that is away stands and see a bunch of Oiler fans?
It'd be great because, like I said, our young guys are going to need that kind of energy to build off of. And first road trip of the year, Big Valley game. So, come on out. It's going to be a beautiful night. And like I said, you can never go wrong supporting a student athlete in the high school level.
You sure cannot. Coach McMahon, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll be talking a whole lot this year,
All
man.
right,
I appreciate
go Oilers.
it. 17-5 our score here. Another big shot. Coach McIntyre taking some time to chat with me. 17-5 the score here, and he might have been a little bit of a good luck charm right there as the Oilers are on a great run here. We do got your Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up. We'll call it the Gates Drawing and Service post-game show as well, as you didn't really have a whole lot of a halftime with the volleyball here. Right now, the other girls in great position to win this one, but you want to get this third set now that you have the big lead. Point goes to the Chargers, stepping over the net or on that half-court line or the volleyball line. The net line is going to be the Oilers. 17-6 the score. And leading the way tonight for the Oilers, it's been the senior Jaden Preston, senior Finley Helm, senior Jordan Egger. Loya to Egger. She looks to set up one of the hitters, and it's going to be a kill for Kylie Hutchins. Hutchins and Borodachuk both kind of off to the left side. If you're looking in the opposite direction here from Jordan Egger's point of view, she kind of knocks it over. Either one of them could have gone and got it. This time it goes to Hutchins for the kill. 18-6 the score. Nice serve from Abby Webster. Nice little dump at the net from the Chargers, and they get the point. 18-7 the score. As McIntyre said, this one technically 7 points away from being over. But if you're the Chargers, you get this game, you have got brand new life. 2-0, Mount Pleasant with the lead. Out there, it's Borodachuk, Loya, Hutchins, Helm, Webster, and Egger, I believe. Kind of hiding out there. It's not Egger actually out there. It's Lucy Molyneux. Hit over the net. Nice job of the Chargers keeping it alive. Trying to set up one of the hitters on the side. It'll be a point for the Chargers that stayed inbounds just inside that back line there. 18-8 the score. And the Charger girls refusing to give up here in this one. 2-0, Mount Pleasant right now. On the serve for the Chargers is the junior Lori Molesky. And that's going to go out of bounds, 19-8. Serve going back to Mount Pleasant. We'll have a substitution coming in. Coming out is Lauren Maluski. Coming in for her is Riley Sunderland. Coming in for the Oilers is going to be Bella Colares, and she'll be on the serve. 19-8 to score. The Oiler girls 6 points away from a huge 3-set victory. That one will be just out of bounds. Really good eye and feel by Riley Sunderland to let that one go. We'll reset it again. It's Webster, Molyneux, Hutchins, Loya, Webster, along with Helm out there, who just tried getting a kill at the net. Nice job by Dow to dig it out, but the point will still go to Mount Pleasant. 20-9 our score. Oiler girls dominating here in this third set. Substitution. Looks like Briar Zenneberg is going to come back into the game. Middle hitter for the Oiler girls. On the serve is Miss Carmen Loya. Libero been out there doing a lot of great work. Her serve a little too long. 20-10 now the score. It's more of a great sponsors here tonight. Said we'll have the Bird All-American Grill, Gates Drilling and Service post-game show coming up. Talk about the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. The Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. So the Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. That's all about Jordan Egger. 1,100 assists coming into tonight. And she piled up a whole bunch more. Also is or will be 1,000-point scorer out on the basketball court. What a career she has had at Mount Pleasant. moving on to the next level on the basketball court. But looking at what she's doing in volleyball, might have had a chance to play volleyball at the next level if she chose to do so as well. Her older sister playing some basketball in college at Yale. She's going to follow in her footsteps. 21-11 is the score right now. Substitution coming in for the Oiler girls. Coming back in is going to be Jaden Preston. She will replace Molyneux. So Preston has been impressive here tonight for Mount Pleasant. You can talk about the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Definitely kind of have Preston's name penciled in right now, and only 4 points away from the Oiler victory. Something drastic going to have to happen for me to want to change that. On the serve for the Charger girls is Galis. Agger with a chance to set up her teammate. Looking for the tip. It's kept alive by the Oilers, but good defense from the Chargers. Tipped over again. Looking for the block at the net of the Oilers. This one's going to go long for Shakora, and so it'll be a point to Mount Pleasant. 22-11 the score, and the Oilers are now on to serve with Finley Helm. Helm had an ace back in our first set. In our second set, she had at least 6 kills. Got a kill here in this one as well. 22-11 our score. Nice pass over. Look to set it up. Drop it in. It's read by Borodachuk. Nice play from the freshman. Now looking to set up the hit for Preston. It's dug out. Great dig out there from the Oilers and Finley Helm. Now a little tip over. It's kept alive by the Chargers. Great action right now from both of these teams. Block at the net by Borodachuk. Point for the Oilers. At least Borodachuk's second block here in this third set. And the Oiler girls up in dominating fashion, up 2-0, and they lead it 23-11 here in set 3. Nice serve from Helm. It'll be a point for the Chargers. 23-12. Now the Chargers back on the serve, but if you are the Oiler girls, you are just 2 points away from a huge, a monster Saginaw Valley League victory. Loya to Egger. Kind of a wild shot, but Zenneberg gets it over. Fantastic play from Zenneberg. Zenneberg with another nice play. Set up a teammate. Just get it over the net. Chargers looking to set up the hit on the right side with the lefty. It's dug out of there by Preston. Now Helm gets it over. It's on the back line for a point. Oh, no, they're going to say it was just out. Point will go to the Chargers. Big call right there on the line. It would have been made it match point, game point for Mount Pleasant. Nice dig from Borodachuk and looking to pass it over the net or the Chargers, but it goes into the net. Ella Dawson could not quite, or pardon me, he's got to switch it over. That was Lauren Shakor that couldn't quite handle that. Now, match point for the Oilers. On the serve, very fittingly, is pardon me, I thought it was Preston, but it's Briar Zetterberg. Again, that 9, that 8, that 6, all look alike out there. Nice little floater serve. Chargers looking to set it up. Diving to keep it alive is Zetterberg, but she will not be able to. And the Chargers live to fight for another point. 24-14 our score here in the third set. The Oiler girls up 2-0. Volleyball action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back to send this one over is the sophomore Megan Benchley for the Chargers. Across it goes. Loya is able to dig it out. Pass from Preston. Hit over by Helm. Chargers with a chance to set something up. They're looking for the little set or shoot there. Look to set up the kill. And it's made by Hutchins. And that will do it. 25-14. The Oiler girls absolutely dominate the third set against the Midland Chargers. And they sweep the rival Chargers here tonight. 25-20, 25-22, and then 25-14. Take a break. Be back with more right after this, and then we'll kind of head off into our Bird All-American Grill and our Gates Drilling and Service post-game show. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
Back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman and the Barbary Law Studios wrapping things up here in our Bird All-American Grill and Gates Drilling and Service post-game show. No halftime in high school volleyball, so got to give our friends at Gates Drilling and Service some love. You think about that Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. I mean, I think it's kind of all about that very last play, big kill from Hutchins to end the game. Think about the Mupford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. Well, Jordan Egger getting honored for 1,000 assists before the game. I feel like that is pretty darn special. And I give a shout to just so many of our great friends here. Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, along with Bryce there as well. Again, with our high school volleyball, not necessarily able to get all the breaks in, all the times in, but we'll continue to figure things out as we go. But just awesome to be able to be here to bring you some coverage. Another one of our new sponsors, Bryant Family Farms. Ben and the crew there. They have got your mums for your mom. Go hook her up. They've also got maple syrup. They gave me some maple cream. Some of just the best food I've ever had. I don't know another way to describe it. I'd also like to give a big shout Bryce Updegraff again, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Block Electric, our friends at Konwinski Construction. Again, if these people weren't helping me out, it wouldn't be possible for me to be here and bring you all these games. Also shout to Boguai Bank on Bradley, the official embroider of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, Hanging by a Thread, and our friends at Isabella Bank. We're going to take another break here on the Sports Network. When we come back, it is going to be our post-game show brought to you by Bar and Grill and our friends with their post-game right after this here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes, competing for their schools. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Handsome Ben's Fab provides professional fabrication work for your home or business. MIG, TIG, and ARC AWS certified, Handsome Ben can fabricate your dreams with steel, aluminum, and stainless steel. Handsome Ben brings 20 years of professional fabrication experience to you. Call Handsome Ben today at 989-802-2405. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595.
A special thank you to all of our coaches, officials, and student athletes.
Welcome back on into the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman with Coach G. I was told by Julie if I just go Coach G, I can get away with
fine.
that. But Grakowskis.
Grakowskis,
all right,
perfect.
I'm still getting it right. As a broadcaster, there's part of that pride in me that has to get it right. But Oiler varsity volleyball coach, before the game even started, 1,100 assists for Jordan Egger. Also going to be I don't know if I think she's already got 1,000 points in basketball. If she doesn't, she'll be getting it very,
So she's
this
a double-double, sport double-double.
Yeah, how special is it to have somebody like that for you on this team?
I love it. Like I said before, we are so thankful for her to stick with another sport that's like sport number 2 for her when she's committed to play basketball, and she is so effective for us and such a great leader. She's one of my captains and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And now, last thing we'll kind of do here is, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the games. I'm still trying to get everything down for volleyball, but I tell you what, the single match was a lot easier than a try, Brandy. I'll tell you that much. I kind of jumped into the deep end there, I feel like, with that. But what a great time that was, and what a great time it was here. Were you surprised? 3-0?
I mean, after a little bit of the first couple games, like we lost some momentum and we were quiet. And so I was just trying to make sure that they know how we play with momentum. So I was just trying to get us a little bit more positivity and less errors for us and more errors for the other side. And then once we kind of that was our main focus, I feel like we did that.
Yeah, and then I've got my stupid stat sheet here, doing the best I can, but Jaden Preston started off the game with a little bit of run, 4 kind of aces out of 5 points, I believe, to start.
Yeah.
How big was that?
That was huge, and especially just winning the first set is such a relief to the team in general and stuff. But getting 5 points ahead, huge, and a lot of them being aces. We are servers. That's one of our MOs right now, is that every day we're serving tough below the antenna and stuff, and trying to put people out of system and stuff. So.
All right, and Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Kind of the last thing here is everybody gets on their phone and knocks our connection a little bit. He was a young man who I kind of telling this to Julie earlier. He hung around me at football games and enjoyed hearing his name on the radio and stuff like that. So kind of keep his memory, honor him or whatever. It's Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, and we won't make you put up with it. Or do you want to hear the theme song for it? Should we?
Sure.
All right, we'll play it. We'll be right back with our Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game.
Well, hey there, Zaid. This song of love is just for you. So turn it up. Peekaboo, Zaid, I see you. And we wrote a song about what you do. Like listening to music and going outside. Wearing a smile on your face so wide, yeah.
All right, the Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game.
That was great.
Yep, and making you decide here.
Okay, I'm actually going to pick 2.
And I will allow that on this thing. Yeah.
Thank you. Carmen Loya, our libero, she made some plays that kept us in the game and stuff. And then I'm going to give the second one is going to be our freshman Morgan Brodachuk. I feel like put on a stage. We had quite a great crowd here and stuff. Lots of people looking in on her, and she didn't look frazzled. She made plays. She hit the ball hard. Those are my 2.
In that third set, I believe I had her with an ace, a couple blocks, and at least 3 kills.
Yeah.
And so her getting more and more comfortable as it goes along. We saw that out there tonight.
Flow with our setters stuff. She's been on the court and fearless for you can see how a little bit under your skin a little bit and give you a little, and I didn't see that at all, and she was one of the biggest cheerleaders for her team as well. So
all right, Carmen Loya and Miss Morgan Brodachuk are Zaid Batchelder, ballers of the game.
Ballers of the game.
We'll allow you to do that. Coach, thanks so much for joining me. Go celebrate with your team as we